President-elect Donald Trump and President Joe Biden are now at the U.S. Capitol for the inauguration after traveling together in a limousine from the White House. Here's what's happening next. Vice President-elect J.D. Vance and Trump will be sworn in at a ceremony held inside the Capitol Rotunda. Trump will also deliver his inaugural address. The two did not travel together 4 years ago when Trump skipped Biden's inauguration, but will return to the same tradition President Barack Obama granted Trump in 2017. It is tradition for the outgoing president to accompany the president-elect to the U.S. Capitol for the swearing-in ceremony. President Joe Biden confirmed Monday that he left a letter in the Oval Office for his predecessor and successor, President-elect Donald Trump. Asked by reporters outside the White House if he had written a letter, Biden said yes, though he declined to provide further details. "That's between me and Trump," he said, according to reports from the think tank. Trump left a letter in 2021 that Biden later described as very generous. "Welcome home," President Joe Biden told his successor, President-elect Donald Trump, as he greeted him at the North Portico of the White House on Monday. Trump's return to the White House comes as a disappointment to Biden, who once saw himself as the person to prevent his rival's return to power. But he put any resentment behind him when he shook Trump's hand on Monday, welcoming him to the traditional tea and coffee before the inauguration. Asked what his message for the day was, Biden said only joy. White House officials familiar with the planning say there was never any debate about whether the outgoing president would take part in the ceremonial steps, despite the fact that 4 years ago, Trump did not extend these same courtesies to Biden. As one official put it, it was very important to him to honor traditions, to do this by the book, and as tradition has laid out. About 800 people are expected to be in the Capitol Rotunda for Donald Trump's inauguration, with another 1,300 people in Emancipation Hall and 500 more people in the Capitol Visitor Center Theater, according to the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies. About 20,600 people are expected to be in the Capitol building for the inauguration. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden welcomed President-elect Donald Trump and Melania Trump to the White House following a service at St. John's Episcopal Church. Typically, after the morning service, the president-elect, vice president-elect, and their spouses typically visit the White House, where the president-elect and outgoing president hold a brief private meeting. This year, Biden and Trump, along with their spouses, are expected to have tea together at the White House. Traditionally, the outgoing president then accompanies the president-elect to the U.S. Capitol for the swearing-in ceremony. Trump snubbed Biden in 2021 and did not continue the tradition of inviting the president-elect to the White House. This tradition began in 1837 with Martin Van Buren and Andrew Jackson.